Customer lifetime value is a crucial step to keep an eye on when running a customer experience program. It measures how valuable customers are to your company over their entire relationship with you, not just from individual purchases. In this video, I'll go through the steps on how to recreate the customer life value matrix in Power BI. To create the customer lifetime value matrix, I will be using the Superstore dataset from Data World. The link is in the description. To create the matrix in Power BI, I created two CSV files called dataset and reference quotas. The reference quotas table will be used to construct the rows and columns, and the dataset table will be used to calculate the customer lifetime value over time. Let me go ahead and open both files. In the dataset table, the customer name column will be used to determine number of new customers. To determine the date of sales, we will be using the order date column. I also created two helper columns to return the quota in text and number formats. To determine the date of new customer acquired, we will be using the join date column with two helper columns to return the quota in text and number formats. Quota elapsed is the quota difference between order date and join date. This is a key column to calculate the accumulated sales over time. The quota reference table serves as a lookup table, very similar to the calendar table. Column A and column B represent the starting quotas. Column C and column D present the ending quotas. Column E and column F is the difference between column B and column D. The reason why we have two columns to display the quota difference is because one column is used to display the column headers, and the other column is used to determine the sorting order. That covers everything we need to know about the dataset. Now let's dive into the Power BI developments. Create a blank Power BI file and name it CLTV matrix. Load the CSV files. We will start out by adding the header by inserting a text box. Set the font to 20 pixel and change font to Segal UI Lite. Also bold the text. For the subheader, set the font to 14 pixel. Insert a matrix visual and resize the visual to fill the page. From the reference quotas table, drag quota 1 field to rows section. Drag quota elapsed display field to the columns section. Because the field's data type is set to text, the column headers will be sorted as text. To set the correct sorting order, select the field on the Column Tools tab. Click Sort by Columns and select Quota Elapsed Sort field to be used for the sorting. The next step is to create the measure to calculate the customer lifetime value. Create a measure on the dataset and name the measure CLTV. To figure out the customer lifetime value, first, we need to calculate new customers for each quarter. Create a variable called new customer counts. Insert the calculate function. For the expression, use distinct count function to count the number of unique customers based on the customer name column. Set the filter to dataset acquisition quota year is equals to reference quotas quota 1. Create another variable named total sales. Insert the calculate function. For the expression, use the sum function to total the sales. To ensure we are calculating the accumulated sales, set the first filter as dataset acquisition quarter year is equals to reference quarters quarter one. For the second filter, set the condition as dataset quarter elapsed is less than or equals to reference quarters quarter elapsed sort. For the output, insert an if function. For the expression, if quarter elapsed sort from reference quarters table is equals to -1, return new customer count and format the output as numbers. Otherwise, divide total sales by new customer count and format the output as currency. To create the conditional formatting rule, I will be reusing the formula. Copy the formula without the measure name. Create another measure called CLTVCF. Paste the formula. The formula will be used to create the heat map visual in the matrix. Replace new customer count with blank value. And remove the formatting for the other output. Go back to the matrix visual. Now drag the CLTV measure to the value section. At this point, we have successfully created the customer life value matrix. The next step is to make the matrix look pretty. In the Visual tab, set the layout style to none. In the grid setting, set the row padding to 5 and global font size to 10. In the value setting, set the font size to 14. In the column headers, set the font size to 14, font color to black, and set the header alignment to middle. In the row headers, set the font size to 14 and font color to black. Turn off both column and row subtotals. In the specific column setting, make sure target series is CLTV and turn off apply to subtotals. Set the background to white and set the alignment to right. To apply conditional formatting in the cell elements setting, make sure target series is set to CLTV. Enable background color. Set the format style to gradient. For empty value format, choose Don't Format. Set the base field to CLTVCF. Check the Add a Middle Color checkbox. For the minimum value, set it to Custom with value of 20. Keep center and maximum as default. I will leave the colors untouched. Click OK to apply the formatting. Enable font color. Set the base field to CLTVCF. For the rules, set it to value is greater or equals to 1200 and less than 20,000. Set the font color to white. Click OK to apply the formatting. Here I notice that the row headers are sorted as text. Select the quarter one column and change the sort by column to quarter one number to display the row header correctly. We are almost finished. Let's rename the row header to acquisition quarter. Resize the column width for any column that is too wide. In the General tab, enable the title. Name the title Quarters Since Acquisition. Set the heading to normal and font size to 14. Change the font color to black and align the text to center. Finally, set the spacing to 8 pixels. Now, just in case, if the visual doesn't fit into a single page, from the grid setting, play around with the row padding until the visual fits into a single page. And we are done. Now that's all for this Power BI tutorial. You can download the final file by becoming a Patreon member from the link in the description. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And if you have any question or feedback, please leave them in the comment below. Thank you for watching. See you in the next Power BI tutorial.